Talk about the regular expressions. Regular expressions are a set of characters that we use to create or describe the pattern of the text in order to extract information from documents, strings, or data frame series. So whenever you write a regular expression, you actually describe the information that you want to extract. Using regular expressions, you may extract dates, names, parts of URLs, entities, numbers, or codes. So let's see an example. In the phrase hello world, the pattern that we describe using regular expressions is the following. One capital letter followed by small letters, a space, and one capital letter followed by small letters. In the second example, in the date January 7th, 1980, the pattern we describe is two letters followed by a dash, followed by two letters, and then a dash, and then four letters. So there are different types of characters in the regular expressions. So we have the literal characters, which are the actual numbers or the actual letters. So when we have as a regular expression the character T, this will match in the string the cat, the first and the last T, or the regex cat will match the word cat. So we also have character classes or sets, and we define them when we place a character in square brackets. When we do that, it will match one of these characters. For instance, in this regex, gr square bracket ae closing square bracket y, this will match both the words gray or gray with e. Then we have the anchors. The anchors will tell the regular expression engine where to start looking for a match, and then we will see why we describe the regular expression as an engine. For instance, when you use the caret and then the literal characters THE, it will match the word the from the string the cat and the dog. Because we declare that the letter T should be at the end of the string. When we use the $sign, it means that the character which is before this sign should be the last character of the string. And then the last anchor is the word boundary, which describes to the engine that the character that we are looking is either at the start or the end of the word. We also have special characters like the dot, which matches any character. We have also shorthand characters, which you will see here in these images. And so, for instance, if we have \d, this is a shorthand for a number. And then we have repetition qualifiers. So whenever we use an asterisk, the character that is preceding is repeated from 0 to unlimited times. When we have the plus symbol, it will be repeated from 1 to unlimited times. And then when we have the question mark, it means that the previous character or the previous set of characters might exist or not. So either 0 times or 1 time. And then we have also in the curly brackets, we can use the minimum and the maximum times that we want the character or the set of characters to be repeated. So for instance, if we have a set of characters from 0 to 9 in square brackets and we say we want to match numbers from 2 up to 4, this will match exactly in our string 2 up to 4 numbers. So these are the example of the sets, and these are the shortcuts or the shorthands, and these are the special characters that we use in the regular expression in order to describe, as we said before, the pattern. So you heard me before talking about the regular expressions engine. So what does that mean? Imagine that you have a cursor and the regular expression is moving this cursor into the string that you want to extract information from, character by character or letter by letter, trying to find a match. Let's see an example of how the engine works when we want to extract the word hello in the string hello world. So let's comment this out. I'll talk about these functions that I'm about to write in a while. So we use the function search, research first the regular expressions and then the expression and then the string that we want to extract the information from. And how would we describe it? At the start of the string we want a capital letter and then followed by small letters which are more than one, and then we want to end at the word boundary. So whenever we want to extract only a specific word, the hello for instance, and we have described that, we need to close this selection in the parentheses. This is called a capture group. This is what we will actually get out of the research. Okay, and now it doesn't work. Let's see. Okay, without the word boundary it works. So it matches the word hello because how does this engine works? It reads the character. It goes to the string and it says, is this, we start the search from the start of the string. And then it moves. We want a capital letter. Do we have a capital letter? Yes. Then we continue. We have a smaller letter. Do we have small letter? Yes. And we have one more, and one more. So let's start working on a pandas data frame and see how we can extract information from a data frame. We use regular expressions in data frames in order to extract information. So the methods we use is string contains, string extract, and then the regular expression, string contains, find all, which returns a list with all the matches, and split. So let's import pandas and let's create a data frame which has a name, a phone number, and a date of birth. So this is the regular expression which we will use in order to extract the first name of the column name, of the series name. We're going to be at the start of the string. We have a word boundary, which actually we don't need that. At the start of the string, we have a capital letter followed by small letters and then a word boundary. We say df name, which is the column that we are looking for, extract the regex, which we have described here. So let's export the last name. We have a space. Let's remember the data frame. We want this in order to understand the pattern the regular expression engine, we need to start saying that at first it needs to have a white space and then a capital letter followed by smaller letters, and then the last letter should be at the end of the string. We could also not use the word boundary here. So now let's export the middle name. It should be a word boundary, so it will start at the start of a word, capital letter 1, and then a dot which might exist or not, and then a white space, because this is how we need to be at the start of a word, have a capital letter and then a dot which either exists or doesn't exist. And here is the middle name. So there are other ways to split your data frame. Let's say that we want to split all the different parts of the first and last name. We can use the series string split, and then this will split on all the empty spaces, and then we use the first item of the list, which is the name. So let's see how this works. List string split will return a list with all the elements that has splitted. So if we don't have any character inside, then it means that it will split the string in the white spaces. So it will return a list with 3 items, the first name, the middle name, and the last name. And then when we can decide which one of these items we want actually to assign to a new series, by saying we want the first item, which is the first name, or the second item, or the third item. In regular expressions, you will find yourselves quite often to use the greedy or non-greedy operators. The greedy operator is when we use the dot, which matches any character, with the asterisk, which matches any character, which means that it will match any character from 0 to unlimited times. So if we try this to the name series, it will bring everything. In the non-greedy operator, we add a question mark after the asterisk, and this means bring me everything until you find a dot. Since the dot is a special character, if we want to find a literal dot, we have to use a backslash before the dot. So this will bring everything up until it meets a dot, as we see right here. If we don't want the dot, we can put it outside of the capture group like this, and now we won't have the dot. So let's practice. Let's extract the year of the date of birth. So let's save this string into a variable equals date, and then research the regular expression and then date. So we only want the year. So this is our capture group. This is what we will actually get in return. We will put the dash outside of the capture group, and then we want in curly brackets we want 4 letters. Let's see, and this will return the string. So since we are using these functions, which I will talk to you in a bit, we want to declare which capture group we actually want. So the capture group 0, it will bring everything that matches this regular expression, independently of where the capture group is. If we declare that we want the capture group 1, it will bring us everything that is inside the capture group. So in the second example, phone equals, let's see, search regex and then phone, and since we know that we will have a capture group 1, and now we want only the area code, which is in this Greek number, it's these 3 digits. So how would we describe that? We want anything. There are multiple ways to do it. We could say that we want anything until you find a white space. This is the shortcut for the white space, and then we need three numbers. So what are these functions? So with research, we will search for matches in the string. With match, it will look for a match at the beginning of the string. So whenever you want to use a match anywhere else in the string, use research. Refind all, it will return a list with all the instances of the pattern. And resub will find a match and will replace it with something that we will use, that we want to replace it with. So let's see some examples. We need to import the library, the regex library. So we have the string here. My name is Thanasis Troboukis and I was born in Athens in 1980. So this regex, and we use the raw string notation, and I will put some links at the bottom where you will see what does that mean. It has to do with the way that we use the backslash in the string. So research, a white space, capital letter, small letter, and then this will bring the first match that we have, that it finds. So the regular expressions always want, they are greedy and they always want to return a match. Once they find a match, they will stop returning any other matches, at least with the search function. With the find all, if we use exactly the same regular expression, it will return all the words with the first capital letter. So this is the example with the year. We could also put S. Now at the end it doesn't have an S, but it is at the end of the string, and here it could be the S. And now let's see the resub, which is very helpful, especially when we want to construct the URLs, reconstruct the URLs that we want to scrape, for instance. So with the resub, we describe the regex pattern, then we declare what we want this match to be replaced with, and then we add the actual string. So here we say we want the word boundary, multiple letters, and a word boundary. So this is the only letters that we have, the only numbers, sorry, that we have in our string. We could also say we want 4 numbers specifically, and we're going to change this with the year 2000. And here, as you can see, it changes the string. So let's see an example what we do when we want to extract from the URL. So we're going to extract all the characters after gov.gr. So from here to here without the backslash. We say research, find the literal characters gr and then the backslash, small letters, dash and numbers from 1 to multiple times, and this is our capture group. And then outside of the capture group we add the backslash, and it returns what we want. So here we will get 2 capture groups, one with the description of the file and one with the date. This is the date. So we say we will use a greet operator. We say find everything up until you find a dot followed by the literal letter G and the literal letter R. Then find GR and then a backslash, and then find everything. We want anything until you find a number which is more than 1, and then after the backslash it will be the end of the string. So this is group 0. It will return everything that we have described independently of our capture groups. Group 1 will return the description of the file, and group 2 will return the date. Let's say that we're going to change and move the date before the description over here. So we describe the capture groups like we did before, but here, as you see, we add one more capture group, which is from the start of the string up to the GR. So this will be the first capture group. This, let me print the URL to understand it. So this will be the first capture group. This part of the string will be the second capture group, this one. And then the numbers will be the third capture group. So we say resub, we describe the pattern of the string, and then we change the order that the capture groups appear. So we want to have the first capture group at the start, and then have the third capture group. We want to add a dash, and then we want the second capture group, and this is what we get. Let's say that we want first the third capture group for some insane reason, and then we want the third capture group, or the first, see, or we want to have again the second capture group. So in pandas you can also use these functions, but we use them usually with the lambda function. So we say df name apply lambda x, which will go through every row, every item of the series, and then we describe the regex. We use the research, and this is the item that it will search. This will be the string, and this is the group that we want to return. And now we can assign this into a new column. equals this. And here we have the new column. Let's see another way that we can use the regular expressions with the look ahead and look behind operators. So let's say that we have a list of words: bear, gear, tear, and deer. So we want to select, to match, we want to match the words that don't start with the letters B. So we say we have a for loop with a try except. The way that we will write the regex is move the cursor to the word boundary. It shouldn't be followed by the word B. It should have more than one letters, and it should end in a word boundary. So whenever we have a look ahead or look behind, we put the specific character that we don't want to use inside the parentheses, like we do with the capture group, but then right after we open the parentheses, we need to type the question mark and the exclamation point for the negative look ahead. This is called the negative look ahead. Let's see now the positive look ahead. It's the same, but instead of the exclamation mark, we have the equal sign. So we say that after the word boundary, start the search from the word boundary, and then find a letter T, and followed by more than one letters, and end the search at the word boundary. So this will bring us the tier. So I have added a few links here if you want to read further how to use the regular expressions. That's it.